Where is the girl's hat?
Where's your new hat, Sally? I hope you haven't left it on the school bus.
Don't worry, Mum. I put it in my school bag because I was too hot.
Are you sure? I can't see it there. You probably dropped it in the road somewhere.
Oh, here it is, hanging in the hall. I forgot to take it this morning.
Which dish did Mark cook in the competition?
So you've won the Teenage Chef competition, Mark. Congratulations.
Thanks. In the competition, you choose whether to cook a meat, fish or vegetarian dish. Then you're judged on the taste and how attractive it looks. I couldn't decide between fish and vegetables. I've never been brilliant at meat dishes. Then I found the judge was an expert in cooking fish, which worried me. So I went for my other choice and won.
Where is the girl's book now?
Excuse me, I think I left my book on this table. Have you seen it?
Oh, yes. I took it inside with the empty glass when I cleared the table. I gave it to the manager who put it with the other lost property. He keeps it all in the drawer of his desk.
I see. Where is he now?
He's on the phone inside the cafe. Why don't you go inside? He'll be finished in a minute.
Who lives with Josh in his house?
Does your house seem empty now your sister's left home, Josh?
Not really. My grandmother's moved into her room and she doesn't go out much. It's really nice having her there because my dad never comes home until later, and if my mum's out for the evening, Grandma cooks supper for me.
What will the girl take with her on holiday?
Have you packed for your holiday?
No, I need to go shopping before I can do that. Last holiday, my suitcase handle got broken, so I need something new to put all my stuff in. But suitcases are so heavy to carry.
I always take a backpack. You can carry more that way.
Yes, I thought about one of those, but good quality ones are expensive. I'll get one of those big sports bags, you know, one you can pull along. They don't cost much, so it doesn't matter if it gets torn.
What time will the train to Manchester leave?
The train arriving at platform 6 is the 11:45 from Manchester. The train due to arrive at platform 4 in approximately 5 minutes is the delayed 11:30 train to Manchester. The train will now depart at 11:50 and travel non-stop. We apologise to passengers for the delay. Refreshments will not be available on this train.
Where will the friends meet?
Hi, it's Kimberly. I got your message and I'd love to go to the movies. There's a film called Spy Game or a comedy. I don't mind which. Shall we meet outside the cinema?
Or I know, at the burger bar on the corner. We could have a snack before we go in, or we could meet at the bus station.
Mum's driving me into town this afternoon to buy some trainers, so I won't be near the station. But something to eat first is a good idea. Shall we say 6 o'clock?
OK.
Which sport will the boy do soon at the centre?
Have you been to the new water sports centre yet?
Oh, yes. It's brilliant. There are 2 indoor pools, one for underwater diving and one for swimming. And you can also have sailing lessons on the lake.
That's what I'm doing there next weekend, actually. I was hoping to take water skiing lessons, but the leaflet says they're not starting those until next year.
What can't the woman find?
I'm going to mend and paint the cupboard in your bedroom today.
Great, Mum. Anything I can do to help?
Yes. Can you go to the shop and get me a new hammer? This one's broken. But before you do that, ask your dad what he's done with the paintbrush. I've looked everywhere for it. There weren't any in the garage. All I could find was this knife, which I lost months ago.
What is the weather forecast for tomorrow? And now for those of you planning to go to the rock festival tomorrow, you'll want to know what the weather's going to be like. As we go through today, the heavy rain will gradually disappear by the end of the afternoon. Tomorrow we can expect some sunshine with just a few light showers, and then some very hot and dry weather is likely by the weekend. What did the boy buy?
I got most of the shopping you asked for, Mum. I got the last of the bread and some orange juice, but sorry, there weren't any newspapers left.
Oh, never mind. I need to remember to go in the morning. But what about the tomatoes for the salad?
Ah, I forgot. I'll go back for them.
Oh, don't worry. I'll stop and pick some up when I go out to collect your sister. Which present has the girl bought her mother?
Hi, it's me, Jane. I've got Mum's birthday present. I think she'll like it. Yes, that's right, a gold-coloured one. She's always writing letters, so she'll find it useful. I thought about a CD, but I'm never really sure what music she likes. And Dad's bought her a new pair of earrings for her birthday anyway. I'm sure she'll like what I've got her.
Which TV programme will they watch together?
Hasn't that basketball match finished yet? You know I want to watch the wildlife programme at 9 o'clock.
It's cancelled, and everything's running late because the rock concert finished later than expected. Sit down and watch this match with me. It's really exciting and more interesting than looking at animals.
Oh, OK then.
4 people are talking about the use of the internet. Complete the sentences below. Speaker A.
I used to play games on the internet a lot when I was younger, but I've stopped that completely now. I think I've just grown out of it. There are so many movies and serials available these days, and you don't even need to own a TV. I get them on my computer. I usually ask some friends over to my place and we enjoy them together. Even if they're bad, you can have a lot of fun talking about them, pointing out the mistakes and everything.
Speaker B.
At our college, we have educational software programs. They often include short films, but they're quite old and out of date. When I'm studying at home, I go online every evening. It's the best way to find information that I need for my college courses. Last month, I worked with another student on a presentation about different airlines around the world. He came to my house and brought his own laptop. Meeting like this is better than communicating about homework through email.
Speaker C.
Quite a few of my friends have decided to take a year off college and go travelling around the world. It's great being able to connect with them online and share their experiences that way. Someone I know well lives in Australia, and she's doing an online course in cookery, which I also love. We regularly exchange tips and recipes. Staying in touch in this manner is much more interesting than going online to play games, if you ask me.
Speaker D.
I'm not a fan of studying online, and when I need to work with other students on assignments, I much prefer to meet up. Most of my college friends live in different parts of the city. Because they're so spread out, I spend a lot of time on the bus. I can't possibly remember all the timetables and routes, but I can use my phone to go online and check. These days you can find what you need in a matter of seconds. It's almost impossible to get lost.
Listen to 2 people discussing information and technology. Read the statements below and decide who expresses which opinion. The man, the woman, or both the man and the woman. You can listen to the discussion twice.
Hi, Lee. I haven't seen you for a while. What have you been doing?
Studying mostly. I have a paper due on Monday.
Oh? What's it about?
The information revolution.
What's that exactly?
Well, it's a term used to describe the development of technology and the way we use information.
It sounds like a big topic. We most definitely live in an information society. I sometimes wonder what people will do with it all 100 years from now. It's difficult to see how they will be able to make any sense of it, given the sheer volume.
Well, the tools we have for processing data are already quite sophisticated, and they can only get better.
But how useful is it all? I mean, I know we can measure and record all sorts of things, but I sometimes think we're just collecting information for its own sake.
Actually, information can be bought and sold these days, and knowledge has become a major force of production. Also, it helps create jobs, ones that didn't even exist before.
But think of the people who've been put out of work by these changes. Computers now do the work once done by clerical workers.
That's an unfortunate consequence of any revolution, but ultimately it's building a better society.
Well, as long as computers don't take over completely. Machines are becoming more and more intelligent, and it feels as if they might one day overtake us.
Oh, I don't think there's any danger of that. I mean, computers are able to do calculations much faster than we can, but when it comes to actual thinking and making decisions, they can't compare to us.
So, do you think there's nothing worrying about the information revolution?
Well, we should think more carefully about how we share personal details. People can be quite naive when they go online. They don't always appreciate the internet as a public forum. Like I said, information is valuable these days, and it should be kept secure.
There are laws designed to do just that, but I don't think they're enough. People should be able to feel safe when they go online.
Yes, I think it's probably a case of both legislation and education. Not just creating more laws, but getting people to change their behaviour as well.
Listen to a critic reviewing a book about the life of a scientist and answer the questions below.
The life of the 19th century scientist Lewis Bentley, who mysteriously disappeared on a journey up the Amazon, has produced numerous biographies over the years. One would think there was no need for another one, but now respected writer Jacob Montgomery has come out with a new volume. Biographies of this type can be quite dull, as they are obliged to describe the scientific process in great detail. Montgomery, however, frames the story like a thriller, with each chapter ending on a moment of suspense. He successfully turns the notion of scientific inquiry into a mystery to be solved. This, no doubt, was a conscious decision on the writer's part to give the book broad appeal. Describing scientific theories to the average reader by either using too much jargon or by simplifying everything is a common fault of books of this kind. Montgomery cleverly manages to avoid this with the imaginative use of footnotes and illustrations. Of course, today Bentley is perhaps more famous for the manner of his disappearance than for his scientific discoveries, and this may be the reason why he has been the subject of so many biographies. Although Montgomery claims his book provides the answer to that final mystery, his conclusion is mostly speculative and does not seem to be based on any new evidence. Nevertheless, despite the rather disappointing ending, this new biography is welcome. It's unlikely to replace the more traditional and detailed versions of the scientist's life, which appeal to a more academic readership, but I suspect that it will find the audience the author is hoping for.
Listen to a student talking about taking a break from studying and answer the questions below.
I definitely recommend taking a gap year to go travelling when you finish school. For me, it was the ideal time to take a break from studying and think about what I wanted to do in the future. I found the final years of school stressful because of the constant pressure to pass exams and get good grades. In many ways, university would have just been a continuation of this. But it would also have meant leaving home and taking care of myself at the same time as starting this period of intensive study. School hadn't really prepared me for that, and I felt I needed to gain some experience of fending for myself beforehand. While I was travelling, I changed my mind about the subject I wanted to study, so I was really glad I hadn't rushed straight to university from school. It would have been a big mistake, and I wouldn't have had this amazing opportunity for self-development. I learnt so much in the time I spent travelling. There were practical things that I could never have learnt at school, like managing my own budget, sorting out visas and flights, making sure I ate properly and doing my own laundry. At the same time, I discovered new cultures, met amazing people from all walks of life, and had incredible experiences that will stay with me all my life. I came back more confident, more self-reliant, and with a much greater understanding of the world. At the beginning, I was a bit worried that a year wouldn't be enough, and once I started travelling, I wouldn't want to stop. However, after 12 months, I was ready to get back in the classroom and resume my formal education.